In this video, I'm going to show you how to make roast chicken in 45 minutes in a charcoal barbecue. So we're going to get started by setting our barbecue up. We're going to be using our Oklahoma Joe's blackjack kettle. We're going to open our lid and then we'll take our cooking grate off. We'll also take our charcoal baskets out for now. Then I'll get a couple of firelighters down, light them up, and I'll get a charcoal chimney on top. And then you want to fill that up with either lump charcoal or briquettes. So we've got about 10 to 15 minutes before that charcoal is going to be ready. So we're going to use that time to prepare our chicken. Now to get this chicken done in 45 minutes or less, I'm going to show you how to spatchcock a chicken. So the first thing we're going to do is flip it over and we've got this backbone here. Now you want to get a good pair of kitchen scissors or poultry shears and we just want to work down either side of this backbone. So I'm just going to start right at that tail end and we just want to snip all the way down through to the other side. So there's one side done. And now we've removed the backbone. I've still got a little bit here. I'm just going to snip away. That side's looking pretty good. And what I like to do next is I'll just make a nice light incision down the center of that breastbone. And then we're going to flip our chicken over. And then we're just going to press down. And that's going to flatten out much easier than if we didn't make that nice light incision. And now we've essentially halved that thickness, which is going to halve our cooking time. So what we can do now is just tidy up any little bits on the inside, get rid of any sort of excess skin. This one's looking pretty good. Just a little bit here. And the starting weight of this chicken, not a big one, it's around 1.3 kilos. But now we've taken that backbone out, it's going to be sitting around 1.2 kilos. Now this chicken has already come with the wings tucked away. That's exactly what we want to do. So as you can see when we flip it back over, the wingtips are nice and hidden. But what we want to do now is just give it a nice light coat in some oil. That's going to help our rubs stick to the meat. And it's also going to help us get that nice crispy skin. And make sure you're practicing good hygiene when you're handling meat, especially poultry. With that said, I'm just going to go quickly wash my hands before I touch that rub shaker. All right, now my hands are clean. I'm going to season this chicken up. I'm going to be using some of my garlic goals rub, but if you've got another favorite rub, feel free to use that. So I'm just going to start by flipping this chicken back over and we'll give this chicken a nice, even but generous coating all over. All right, now our chicken's seasoned up. We'll come back once our charcoal's ready. And now our charcoal's caught light and is burning nicely. We'll take it out and then I'm going to put our charcoal baskets in a little bit differently. They're not going to go side by side. They're going to sort of go in the back on a diagonal just like so. And then we're going to dump our charcoal in both of them. And then we just want to spread the charcoal out evenly across both charcoal baskets. And then we'll shut our lid, we'll open up both of our vents, and then we'll give our barbecue a few minutes to preheat. And now our barbecue's ready. I'm just going to give our cooking grate a nice light spray in oil, and that's going to help prevent our chicken from sticking to this cooking grate. Then we'll open our lid back up, we'll get our cooking grate back on. And if you wanted, you could put a little smoking wood chunk in one of the charcoal baskets, but I'm just going to run this cook without any smoking wood. And now we are going to lay our beautiful chicken down just up the end here, kind of in between these two charcoal baskets, just with those legs and thighs facing towards the fire. And now I'm going to shut the lid and we'll let this cook away. So now our chicken's on, I'm going to look to hold our barbecue around 450 Fahrenheit or 230 Celsius. And I'm going to let this go for around 30 minutes before I check on it. And then it's as simple as just taking this chicken until it all reaches around 165 Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius internal. Now, I'm not going to be too concerned if our wings, legs, and thighs go a little bit over that safe eating temperature for chicken. I'll be mainly focusing on the breast, as if that overcooks, it runs the risk of drying out. So like I said, I'm going to let this chicken cook away and we'll check back in once it's had around 30 minutes in the barbecue. All right, we're a bit over 30 minutes into this cook and wow, that chicken is looking amazing. We've got some beautiful crispy skin all over. Let's have a check to see where we're at. We're right around 75 degrees Celsius in the thickest part of that breast. So this is ready to come out. And because this is a nice small bird, I'm just going to be able to pick it up with a spatula. We'll get it onto a cutting board and we'll take it over to the bench. And while we're here, I just thought I'd quickly explain the positioning of our charcoal baskets. We didn't have them side by side for this cook because our chicken would have been too wide. Some parts of it would have overlapped on top of that charcoal and then those parts would have burned. Now we're done with our barbecue. We're just going to shut the lid as well as our vents. And then we're going to give our chicken a few minutes to rest before we come back and carve it up. Right, another benefit to spatchcocking a chicken is it's super easy to portion up. So we'll get a knife and just run straight through the middle there. And then we can take our Marylands off just by cutting through there on each one. If you wanted to portion them up further, you can just take your drumstick away from your thigh and then you can just take your wings out as well. I like to just pull them out a little bit and then you can get your knife through there. All right, now let's have a taste. I'm going to go for a little bit of thigh. So good. Crispy skin, juicy meat, you got that beautiful charcoal flavour, less than 45 minutes to cook, and that bird was only around $6.50. Well, there you have it. There's how to make roast chicken in 45 minutes. That one actually only took 40 minutes, and if you don't have a barbecue, you can absolutely follow along to this recipe in your oven. But if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, but for now, that's the end. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.